Shout out my son, ReeseTheDirector.
Shout out ReeseTheDirector.
So it's TJ MILLZ on the track.
TJ MILLZ on the track, man.
A lot of niggas don't like to talk about where they come from.
Yo. It's TJ MILLZ on the track, man. You already know what it is. We live in the living room. Shout out my boy ReeseTheDirector, man.
All right, let's get it, bro. So, tell everybody where you from.
Well, I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut, so if you know, you know.
Yeah. So, how did you get your name, TJ MILLZ?
First name is Timothy, middle name is James, so hence TJ. That's usually just my nickname for my friends or whatever. Mills is just millions. I'm trying to touch a mill. So
Okay.
TJ MILLZ.
Okay. Well, so was it always TJ MILLZ, like, or was it like little TJ? Then like you threw the Mills on it. Like, how did that happen?
It was always TJ MILLZ, but there was some like pitter patter between like, is it with an S at the end or a Z?
Oh, okay.
That was the only thing, but it's always been TJ MILLZ from the jump.
All right. So how long you been an artist?
I would say about 3 years now. I started seriously doing music, I would say 2019.
All right. What inspired you to make music?
My boy JJ, he also do music. I used to write poetry.
Oh, okay. Spoken word.
I showed my boy JJ one of my poems. He's like, bro, this is a song. Just find a beat to it. Like, what is you doing? Like this could be making you money. So for me, we started making songs together, and I find out, okay, I got a decent talent for this. I can take it somewhere, type shit.
So what inspired your sound?
My sound, I would say definitely I have a hard, like old school almost flow, but I also like to spit. Probably because I grew up listening to like Eminem, Biggie, like, so when I like to spit, I like to get nasty on the track type shit. So I guess like artists that came before me, I would say, most definitely.
All right. So do you remember your first studio session?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So my first studio session was with Izzy2 Bonafide. It was a feature with Lil JJ, and it was called It's You, which is still unreleased and probably for good reason. It was our first song together. It was my first time in the studio, so it was an experience. They made us feel like family. We was drinking, we was smoking. We went in there, we spit our shit, and it is what it is. Maybe I'll post a snippet of that after this.
All right. So tell me about your worst music experience.
Ooh, it's a few. If you an artist, you gonna know this one, bro. When you fucking pay somebody to get you something like a cover art or something along those lines, and they run off with your money, bro. I've had this happen numerous times. I just posted somebody the other day who ran off my bread. But if it came down to anything else other than that, I would say other artists. Working with other artists can be difficult at sometimes to say. So I had one chick run off with my beat. It was supposed to be a feature.
And she was supposed to be on it?
Yeah. And she ran off with the beat that I had bought a lease to. I came to her, I showed her the beat. I said, yo, I bought a lease to this beat, like maybe you could hop on it type shit. She like never hit me back and ran off with the beat and made her own song to it. So
that's
like, all right,
crazy.
Bet.
How was the track though? How was her song to it?
Like,
because I know you listened to it. Was it a good track though overall?
Bro, that shit was ass.
Damn.
That shit, I don't like hold back, bro. That shit is, if it was good, I would say it. If it's one thing, I don't have no hate in my heart. I like to support other artists because I know where you coming from. Like, we in the same boat. I always show love to all other artists except for her. And that's because she did me dirty and she's not even good.
Yeah. So you got a single out, Two Bonafide. The video's at 1,000 views right now. So is Two Bonafide a label or like what is that? Like entertainment production? Are you signed to them?
They're actually a studio.
Okay.
And they're LLC, a little business. They sell t-shirts, all that. I be repping they shit sometimes, whatever.
Yeah.
And I've recorded a few songs there. I work with them. They like family. They treat me like family. So I will always support them. But I'm not directly under their label. So my first album, Legacy, is actually under JGOG Records. That's my label. That's who I'm dropped under.
Okay. So who came on with that track? Or who put you on that track?
Which one?
The one you did the one you did with Two Bonafide.
That was another artist who actually her husband owns the studio, and her name is La Nova, and it was a feature she wanted me on her song.
Oh, okay,
I came to her like, yo, I got a verse.
Right.
If we could do something with it, and she was like, let's do it.
Yeah. So you got a EP out, Legacy.
Yes, sir.
How did you come up with that title? What was the process?
It took a long time to get that title, and I still got the piece of paper to this day. I went to my mom's house. I played her the songs that would be on the album, and I said, I need to brainstorm. Like, I can't think of what to call this. And she said, take this piece of paper and just write the first words that come to your head, and then by process of elimination, start to narrow it down. And it came down to a few things, which I don't even remember all of what was left over, but Legacy was the main one because it had to do with my father, Chingy's legacy. And my father passed away 2020. I wanted to make that album for him.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard you said that this one for you, and Old Pain.
Hell yeah.
You know, because that was a great track too. So was that track for your dad?
It was my tribute to him, and if I'm being honest, that song, I played it on the ride behind the hearse to the funeral. And I had the volume all the way up and the windows down, and the rest of my family looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
They looking at me like there's something wrong with this kid. They looking at me like, what is he doing? It's a funeral. But they don't know the pain that's in that song, because my dad was my biggest supporter when it came to my music. So they don't know the pain that's in that song. And it's old pain, but that's what that song means to me.
Right. So favorite single on that project?
That's tough. That's tough. I love every single song on that EP with my heart, bro.
Right.
Ooh.
But if you had to pick one that you had to tour with for at least a year.
I would probably pick Russian Roulette. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pick Russian Roulette. That song is me.
So For Me, featuring La Nova, what was the process with creating that track, and who idea was it?
Actually, I think it was my idea, because so she has that song by herself too. If you ever want to look it up, anybody out there, and it's just with her. I heard that shit. I said, "This is fire! Like you got something with this one." I wrote a verse, I rapped it to her. She liked it, so we ended up making a song together. It was just by chance. I didn't think she was gonna let me get on that song.
Right.
She did. She was like, "I like it, and you're good, so let's do it." Right? And I was like, "All right, bet, let's do it."
So how comfortable do you feel with rapping in Spanish? Because I mean, I heard the verse. You rapping in Spanish, like was that comfortable for you?
It was comfortable for me because I grew up Puerto Rican. I was spoken to in Spanish by my grandmother, but growing up, I kind of just stuck to English, and my parents spoke English, so I would say if you're Puerto Rican, you understand, I speak Spanglish. I speak very fluent Spanglish, so comfortable, but also not comfortable just because sometimes the accent, I gotta work on it because I'm not speaking it fluently. There's an accent you wouldn't be able to tell, but Spanish people who listen to it are like, I could tell that you speak English. Damn, is that obvious?
So would we ever get a TJ MILLZ Spanish EP or album?
I've actually started a few Spanish pieces, to say the least. I want them to be complete songs in Spanish.
Right.
But it takes longer than it would for me for an English song, just because I'm not as fluent in Spanish. So it could be a possibility, to say the least.
Okay. So are you working on any new EPs or albums right now? Or any singles?
Definitely. I'm always working.
Right. How often do you write?
When I'm in a flow zone, I could write anywhere from every day to every week to maybe every month. It depends on where my flow is. Sometimes it's hard to write if you're not living life, so sometimes you got to step away, take a break, and just live life, and then that way you come back and you got experiences to write about. So,
Definitely.
but when I'm in a good flow, I'll be writing all day, every day. Whenever that muse hits, I got to go with it.
Okay. So how do you go about picking your beats? Like, do you create your own beats, or you got a beat maker? How do you go? Or just like look for type likes on YouTube? What's the process?
So I know somebody who makes beats, because Izzy makes beats.
Okay.
So I've heard a few of his beats, written to a few of his beats. But for the most part, YouTube my best friend, because you can really personalize your search, subscribe to the people you like, and then it gives you those same type of beat makers, and you kind of get a generalized feel like, okay, I'm good at making this beat makers type songs. So I definitely use YouTube to the best of my ability.
So who do you listen to right now?
Not too many of today's new artists, I'll tell you that. Like, the music in today's day and age, I don't really fuck with it too much. They just be saying anything. They be capping in their songs. There's no emotion there. There's no nothing. But I will say I fuck with, let's say, Polo G. I fuck with, who's this dude? Not Lil Durk, NBA Youngboy. I fuck with a few of his songs. A very select few, to say the least. But for the most part, I like the old heads. I fuck with Biggie. I fuck with Eminem. I listen to a lot of the old heads.
Yeah. What's the difference between you and you as an artist?
Okay, there you go. All right. So, TJ MILLZ, definitely more outgoing, more networking, more social. Me in real life, Timothy is more introverted, kind of like, don't talk to me if I'm not talking to you. TJ MILLZ, he's a nice guy. Hey, let's have a conversation, let's chop it up, whatever. But in real life, when I'm just with my headphones in, like, don't talk to me if I'm not talking to you.
Right.
We're definitely different in that sense, the outgoingness.
Okay. So if you had the opportunity to talk to your younger self before you started taking music serious, and with everything you know now, what would you tell yourself?
I would tell myself to go easy on myself, to be honest. Out of every single person I've ever met and showed them my music, I've always been my harshest critic. It's never been nobody to come up to me and be like, your music's trash, this is ass, like, this is terrible. But I say those things to myself, bro. So I would try to tell myself to go easy, because at the end of the day, you're knocking down your own confidence, and confidence is key in making music, which I had to learn that the hard way, trust me.
Definitely. So if you had the opportunity to record a track with any mainstream artist right now, who would it be and why? And do you have a title for that track?
If I had to pick just one, that's hard. I would probably do a Lil Durk, just because I know he got a solid fan base, and he actually, his beat maker, one of his main beat makers, is somebody from Bridgeport. So
wow.
He be out here, he be around here. So like, I'm speaking this into existence, because this is like a real possibility type shit. I also like that he be putting actual pain in his music, because you already know there's pain in my music. It's not just getting lit and doing drills. Like, nah, I got pain behind my shit too. So for me, some pain for the streets would be great. TJ, Lil Durk, that's all I'm saying.
So if you had the opportunity to join a label or continue being independent, which route would you choose?
Definitely independent. If y'all can see what's written in my phone, on my songs, how I have, like, I would definitely do independent, because I have a lot of different styles, different flavors. I don't stick to like just one thing. That's one thing you probably don't know yet, because I haven't dropped yet, but I do a lot of different styles. I don't want nobody controlling my music. I don't want nobody telling me what to do with my music. I would definitely go maybe like a G Herbo route and stay independent for as long as possible.
But what about the resources that the label can bring to you? You don't feel like you could use that to your advantage?
I could be able to, but at the end of the day, I'm not even really in it for the money and the riches and the fame. Like, music is passion for me. It's my free therapy, literally. Like, it's how I cope, it's how I deal. It's just what has gotten me through the days since my dad's passing. Like, that shit keeps me going. I'm not in it to be filthy rich and like living an extravagant lifestyle. As long as my family good and we're taken care of and we're comfortable, that's all I need.
Respect it. So, what's the hardest part in your opinion with growing a fan base, or has it been easy?
It has not been easy in the slightest. I will say the hardest part about growing a fan base is your own support, your family and your friends. I've learned that strangers will make you rich, because them strangers, they're not as judgmental as the people in your inner circle. So the same ones you expect to always support you and share your shit and promote your shit, they don't. So I would definitely say it's not even like the strangers, it's your family and your friends that's the hardest part about building that fan base.
So if you had to choose between what makes you happy and what makes you money, which one would you choose?
Always what makes you happy. When you die, you're not taking that money with you. Come on now.
You right.
You still dying alone. You're in a casket alone, and that's it. You're not taking that money with you. I'd rather be happy I ain't getting this time back.
So most people don't ask this question no more, but I'm still curious. Who's your top 5, dead or alive? No special order.
All right, bet. Definitely Biggie. Definitely Tupac. My mom grew up blasting them shits, so I know what's up. What else? I low-key really fuck with Quando Rondo, which is like, I don't know, a lot of people stopped fucking with him because of the drama that he's in, but his music has gotten me through some times.
Yeah.
Who else? I'm trying to think of who I listen to the most. Definitely Drake. Drake is like up there. He's goated. Everybody know that. He's goated. He's up there.
Yeah.
And let me see. I would definitely say Kanye.
Okay.
He's goated.
Yeah.
He's very controversial, but he's goated, and his music, like, my 13-year-old sister with like dyed hair listens to Kanye, and otherwise she listens to some very interesting music.
Yeah.
So like, if even she could be out.
Is she a fan of your music?
Oh yeah, she loves my music.
That's what's up.
My room is right next to her, so she be here. She used to hear me because I don't live there anymore. But
Yeah.
She used to hear me spitting my shit before a studio session, getting that practice.
That's what's up. So wait, did you watch the documentary, the Kanye West documentary yet?
Not yet, nah.
Okay, you gotta check that out. It was pretty dope.
I'm a full-time student, don't forget. So
okay, what's your
I go to
major?
work and shit, and I'm actually learning this producing shit.
Oh,
so
okay.
I want to be able to produce my own music because I feel like that would take me to a whole nother level. Kanye West produces his own music, so you gotta watch how the greats are doing and model that, because sometimes you'll go to a studio and pay this money, you're not happy with the result. If it's you who knows how to do that and you're not happy with your own result,
cut out the
fix
middleman.
it. There you go. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm in school full-time trying to learn that shit right now.
That's what's up. So what's your go-to track? Like, I mean, when you're in your bag or just have a normal day, it's your go-to track.
It's actually a Jamaican song.
Word?
It's by Man. And it's by Da Vinci.
Okay.
That shit, every time I hear that shit, bro, anybody who got me on Snap know I'm always posting in my car with that song.
Yeah.
It's been days where I'm absolutely destroyed mentally, physically, and I'm just driving home for work and that song come on and I'm just like, hey, yeah, Da Vinci. Yo, he went crazy on that. We're gonna listen to that, watch.
So my last question, what makes you different, bro?
Me? I'm just different. I feel like most people gonna watch this and already know off the bat I'm different. I don't try to be like anybody else. I don't care to sound like anybody else. I don't care enough to fit in. I kind of just do my own thing. I got one friend. I got one friend, and anybody who knows me knows that. I got one friend, that's JJ. That's my ride or die. Other than that, bro, I stay in my own lane. I stay working, making music, and just in my bag, bro.
Right.
I'm not for the streets. I'm not out here causing problems. Like, if shit come down to it and we gotta do what we gotta do, all right, we gotta do what we gotta do. But I'm not out there looking for no problems.
Right.
If the problem comes to me, it's handled. But other than that, I'm not. They be out here looking for problems. That's today's society, because problems get you famous. Or clout on Facebook for fighting in a video or getting into some. Nah, I'm not with that.
Right. So I definitely appreciate you, bro, for coming out, rocking with me. We live in the living room. Would you mind leaving us with the performance?
Nah, not at all.
All right, let's get it.
You ever play Russian roulette?
Oh, this my show.
Thing is,
Most people put the gun to
the side of the temple.
They do.
Well, that's just stupid.
It's TJ MILLZ on the track, bitch. You already know it's coming out of here like this.
Oh man, can't afford it.
So mama, son gon' make it. Gotta take care of my family, no debating. Diamonds icy and my bitches coming half naked. Came a long way, busting ducks, dropping locations. Flight another L, just don't fuck up my rotation. Flexing on them niggas who said we wouldn't never make it. I roll a L, face it. Russian roulette playing. Living every day like it's my last. Dodging ops, cops, and broken glass. Anything to ease the pain. Roll up, smoke a little gas. Shorty on my ass. Too busy smoking grass. Rolling dead ops, I'ma leave them in the past. Gotta defend myself, you know this kid ain't gon' blast. Cause it's me, my girl, my family, and for them I catch a body fast. Have my taser sending bolts, battery, third last, very fast, green as grass, rolling up, got the gas, fuck the vest, I told the rest. I'm coming straight for heads, Red said he's down, till he see see some faces turning red. You fuck with my family, ain't no choice, man. You made your bet. Made this nigga piss when we put the pistol to his head. Impossible to win when you're playing Russian roulette. Grandma praying that her grandson don't die in early death. Praying God keep me safe from the demons inside my head. Ride around blinked up. Me and JJ got the lead. Real ones don't fuck with feds. Empty chamber, one bullet left. Hey, it's Russian roulette, nigga. 1 minute here, the next you gone. This nigga mad cause I took his bitch to Applebee's. No time for dessert, she in the bathroom on her knees. I just got the neck cause your girl known as Easy D's. Writing all night, ain't no fun on me. I add a little Henny, mix that bitch with a triple E. Writing all night, till my mind get free. Writing to the AM, check my wrist, those shit is past 3. I'm writing, I'm spitting 5 on every nasty beat. Spitting verses to these herds of unawoken sheep. Your girl said there's nothing in this world that's deeper than me. Wasn't talking about my soul, she was riding on my deep. In her guts very deep, I meant that shit literally. TJ on the fucking beat, run the shit even in my sleep. Mama crying, I made them weep, my niggas caught them in the streets. Fucking with my money, it's the Lord, that boy gon' have to meet. I won't have to lift my feet, my brothers ride or die for me. It's a jungle, lions gotta eat. I was starving, I was in them streets. I ain't never known no peace, and that is why I keep a peace. Children dying in these streets, bleeding out on the concrete. Every time my phone ring, I'm praying no one knew deceased. I'm praying all this death gon' cease, and I finally fulfill my dreams. No more scamming, no more schemes, eating good with my whole team. I done seen so much pain, so much strife. These many days, these many nights, where many men want my life. Many hoes want my wife, many guns don't need a knife. Scrape the pot, this ain't rice, but it sure look like some white. Moving weight all through the night, feeling like tonight's the night. TJ gon' start a fight, catch the body, start a riot. Cause this ball is on your neck, bro, go and get my pint. This is America, fuck your stripes, I prefer black lives over whites. Hey, I light him up, I got the light. He said it's beef, so I'm outside. He chickened out, but he got fried. 45, I'm on side, so move wrong, you gon' die. I won't even tell you why, cause where I'm from, if you lacking, then you better not come outside, bitch. Hey, said you better not come outside, bitch. Hey, I keep the sack, the pack, and walk with me at all times. If you hang around me, bitch, then you know that I ain't lying. Cause we the type of niggas scale zip out just by iron. And I ain't never sold no white, but I'm in here frying. Get your bitch up out the trap, she sucking dick and crying. I don't feel for hoes cause I'm my mom, baby lying. And I don't trust a soul, bitch, I was raised by lions. This chopper on my side, best believe that I ain't fighting. It's my life or his life, best believe tonight he dying. It's TJ MILLZ, bitch, you already know I go down right.